Rose Ayling-Ellis, 28, won the hearts of the British public on EastEnders and made history when she won the 2021 series of Strictly Come Dancing. Throughout her growing fame, the actress, who has been deaf since birth, has advocated for the deaf community and British Sign Language and hit out today over Twitter after learning about Elizabeth Corbett's devastating tale. The 43-year-old mum of two found out her husband had died over FaceTime after she had to enlist the help of a colleague when emergency responders couldn't communicate with her. Elizabeth was at work in June last year when she received a distressed video call from her children explaining that her husband, David, 51, had become ill while mowing the grass and they couldn't wake him up. Elizabeth told them to call an ambulance and got a co-worker to drive her home, but she told BBC News that when she got there, the kids were stood on the lawn crying and the emergency services wouldn't let me in the house. All the emergency responders were wearing face masks, so Elizabeth was unable to lip read and couldn't explain who she was or answer police questions. She eventually video-called a receptionist at her work who spoke to the paramedics and relayed the news that David had suffered a fatal heart attack. On Wednesday, Rose lashed out at some upsetting comments she had seen about the story, adding that she would break it down as simple as possible on a 6-part Twitter thread. She wrote, reacting to each type of comment she had seen: 1. Why can't the children tell the mother? No child should ever do this. 2. Why can't they just write it down? Imagine going through the most traumatic time of your life, you need someone there you can access to in the full language. Not writing backwards and forward. Don't miss. Louise Redknapp fans spot she forgot trousers in cheeky performance. Reaction: Rupert Murdoch, 92, calls off engagement with fiancé. Latest: Amanda Owens' ex Clive not surprised over businessman romance. Insight: 3. Oh, so paramedics must be able to learn to speak in different language now? It is British Sign Language. Paramedics is already so overwhelmed with the amazing work they do. They should have been given the right tools/support to be able to communicate with this lady. Sick. Rose even made a suggestion here that instead of having every paramedic learn the full extent of sign language, they could simply have an emergency interpreter on call for this situation. She continued, 4. Let's be realistic here. No, let's be realistic here, we pay our taxes too, we have every right to receive the same care. Sick. While Rose received a hefty amount of support, encouragement and gratitude for her advocacy, not everyone in her own comments section supported her opinions. One person responded, "This is sad, yes, but BSL is a language like any other language, so would we be reacting the same way if the dead person's widow was, say, Chinese and didn't speak English? Paramedics can't communicate in all languages. It's simply not possible." Rose, seemingly taking no prisoners, replied, "Please read the full thread because I am not saying that. Here is a quote that I love to explain the difference that BSL is not like any other language. Hearing people can learn sign language. Deaf people cannot learn to hear." L. Friedman. East Midlands Ambulance Service, EMAS, has said it was deeply sorry, telling BBC News, "As an organisation we are currently working with the Nottinghamshire Deaf Society to discuss how we can improve our education to staff around deaf awareness and common emergency communication problems."
spot of oil, and where the sun comes up from above. Now take